NBC6 News today at 6:30 starts with breaking news.
A deadly crash shuts down a major road in Miami Gardens. We have live updates from the scene.
And got on camera a mother beating her 3-year-old son. The charges she now faces and how the boy is doing this morning.
Our Miami Dolphins are in Germany. They're getting ready for their big Sunday showdown against the defending Super Bowl champs. We have live team coverage from Frankfurt to here in South Florida for the big game coming up against the Chiefs on Sunday, a game you're going to see right here on NBC6. So make sure you're up early with us Sunday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us here on your Thursday. 6:27 is your time. We appreciate you joining us, South Florida. I'm Chris Anderson.
And I'm Shernay Mara, and I'm here because our Constance Jones is across the pond. And of course, we are another day closer to our Miami Dolphins facing off with the defending champs, the Kansas City Chiefs, right here on NBC6.
Yes, Sunday morning, 9:30 kickoff. We're going to have pregame coverage and all of that for you. But Constance is all the way over in Germany to follow the team overseas as they prepare. A lot of excitement building up this morning. And for those who don't know, Constance, you're actually in your birthplace. You were born in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually born just a few miles south from here in Frankfurt. So yeah, this is super exciting for me. I still have family here in Germany, of course. I was born here, and my mother is from here. So this whole week is exciting. It's a homecoming for me in many ways. I also lived in Würzburg, which is about 45 minutes away from here, near the military base. So all of this very exciting as we're leading up to the game, telling the stories of the community and the American influence of the people here in Germany. But one thing we're delving into in just a few moments is the stereotypes, some of the generalizations about the German culture. A lot of folks think that yodeling is a big thing in Germany, which it is a little bit. And Oktoberfest, a big thing in America, maybe not so big here in Deutschland. We're going to have more details about all of that in just a few minutes.
Yeah, excited to dive into it. We're getting a glimpse right now of just how busy it is, too, in that area as well.
And how cold it is.
Yeah.
You see Constance all bundled up. She still doesn't have her dollar store gloves that she forgot. Left them in the hotel. Hopefully she can get them later. But speaking of the weather.
Yeah, let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Adam Berg. We'll look at our local weather because we are cooler this morning.
We're cooler, but we're about 20 degrees warmer than where Constance is, right? 52, or as they would say, 11 Celsius over there right now. And it's breezy. So when you're in the 50s and breezy, I get it. She's probably feeling the pain a little bit this morning. So for us, here's what we can expect. Gusty winds. We have a wind advisory. We don't see that too often for winds gusting 35 miles per hour. Rough seas out there. Some spotty showers mostly this morning. Cooler temperatures. Stuck in the 70s all day long. I think today will probably be the coolest day of the week. There's that front way south of us. That's what's allowing that northeast breeze to work in, and we are feeling it now. If that wind was more out of the north or northwest, we'd be a lot cooler than this right now. But that northeast breeze bringing some showers in off the Atlantic. So we're seeing them right around Opelika down to Miami. And then between Miami and Key Biscayne, a heavier batch of rain. Kendall Lake seeing some showers. Pinecrest, Cutler Bay down to Homestead is probably where some of the heaviest rain is right now. And then once you get down to North Key Largo and Point South, things actually improve just a bit. So the winds, this is the big story here. Pretty steady, 15, 20 miles per hour. And then we're getting some of these winds gusting here to 30 plus. We've seen this all morning long. And this is exactly why we have all these issues out there on the water and over land. Get those Halloween decorations in now. You see those showers kind of kick out pretty quickly today. For the kids, maybe the wet weather gear early. Hold on to your hat kind of weather today. Very gusty, but comfortable 70s.
First up here at 6:30, we want to get back to the breaking news we've been watching closely for you this morning out of Miami Gardens.
NBC6's Olivia Jake with live for us from the scene with the latest details from officials who have now confirmed this to be a deadly crash investigation.
That's right. We did get that confirmation just a little while ago. They also confirmed this involved 2 different cars. And if I step out of the way, you can see some of that scene still here. As we've been reporting throughout the morning, State Route 7 is shut down here in Miami Gardens, and that is still the case. Off in the distance there, you may be able to see a tow truck. Perhaps that could start to clear things up. But as we noted, right now, no traffic in either direction on this stretch of road. If you take a look at some video we shot earlier, you can get a closer look at 2 cars that were damaged, including one that appears to have some charring and scattered debris in the road. Miami-Dade fire personnel tell us one person was taken to the hospital and another pronounced dead on scene. We also have video of a helicopter arriving at Ryder Trauma Center to treat the person who was injured in this crash, but we are working to get information about what may have caused all of this. And back out live now, again, with all this activity, as we mentioned, the road still shut down here on State Route 7. And so for a closer look at that and how it may impact your morning commute, I'll send it over to Joanna in the studio. But for now, we're live in Miami Gardens. Olivia Jakewith, NBC6 News.
Olivia, thank you. As she mentioned, right, this major accident that happened on 441 is going to cause this road closure probably for the next several hours as they investigate that scene right now. So again, due to this accident in the Miami Gardens area, the road is closed on 441 between Northwest 207th Street and County Line Road, closed in both the northbound and southbound directions. So you're going to want to make sure you take the alternate route of Northeast 2nd Avenue. So again, this is in Miami Gardens on 441. It's completely shut down between Northwest 207th Street and County Line Road, closed both in the northbound, southbound direction, alternate route, Northeast 2nd Avenue. Chris?
All right, Joanna, thanks so much. A mother is out of jail this morning. She is charged with child abuse after video surfaced of her attacking her 3-year-old son. We want to bring in NBC6's Julia Baggs. She joins us live this morning with more on what that mother had to say after she bailed out of jail last night. Julia, what is the latest here?
So, Chris, here's that mom. She says she's sorry, that she wants to see her son, that she loves her son. Now, the video of what happened is difficult to watch. We're only going to show you part of it. A neighbor's Ring camera captured 29-year-old Yulia Starozic pushing her son to the floor at their Sunny Isles apartment complex around 9 p.m. on Monday. Now, we're not going to show you the part where she picks him up, throws him to the ground, and then kicks him down the hallway. A neighbor reported the incident to Sunny Isles police, and they arrested her on Tuesday. She went before a judge yesterday, saying that her emotions got the best of her. Last night, she posted bond and apologized as she left jail.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I wouldn't do this anymore. I don't want to talk without my attorney.
Detectives say Starozic told police she pushed and kicked her son because he was not listening to her. She now faces 2 counts of child abuse. Investigators say her son had bruises and scratches on his body. He is now in the care of the Department of Children and Families, and a judge ordered Starozic not to go near him or speak with him. Now, police here in Sunny Isles point out that this case is a good example of if you see something, you should say something. They say when the neighbor spotted this, that neighbor immediately reported the incident to police. Reporting live in Sunny Isles this morning, Julia Bagg, NBC6 News.
Practice, 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 but doing so in another country. The Miami Dolphins are in Frankfurt, Germany, as they get prepared for the big game on Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs, a game you can see right here on NBC6.
Now, even though they're overseas right now, it is the same schedule, just in a different place.
Yeah, they know the routines, they know the playbook, so they're heading to practice in a matter of a few hours right now over in Frankfurt, and we have team coverage for you all morning long. Constance Jones is live in Frankfurt, Germany, where she is delving us a little deeper into the German culture, which she knows a lot about. She, of course, was born in Germany.
Absolutely, but we're going to start things off with Joanna Torres with how the team is soaking up everything in their time in Germany.
Well, I mean, they're getting ready for the big game on Sunday, but the players are taking it all in, telling us it's been an incredible experience so far. Now take a look at this video the Miami Dolphins posted to their Twitter page. The players doing some team bonding and taking a tourist trip around town. And a few of them are even learning the language. Check it out.
Hallo, wie geht's dir? I think that's how you say it. It was good? Does it sound good? Perfect. Nice. Thanks.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 20 is 20, right?
Sounds pretty good. Well, the Dolphins and Chiefs are both at the top of the standings in the AFC, so this game should have some playoff implications at the end of the season. Definitely a highly anticipated game. Can't wait to check it out. I'm Joanna Torres. Back to you.
All right, Joanna, thank you.
All right, let's delve into the German culture right now. There are a few generalizations, maybe some stereotypes about Germany and Germans, including the language, the clothing. Do they all wear lederhosen? It's one of the questions you're wondering, right? And what about the food? NBC6's Constance Jones is digging into those truths to uncover the myths, the mysteries, the perceptions of everything involving Germany. Constance, which are some of the ones that you get the most when people ask you about German stereotypes?
I think the first one is that the German language is angry, right? I think it just depends on who's speaking. We're going to delve into that in a few minutes, but I'm here in the Innenstadt of Frankfurt. This is the middle part of the city, and as you can see here behind me, a lot of people think that most of Germany looks like this, right? It's very beautiful, the traditional wood that you see that lines the windows there. Well, this is only in parts of the city. Frankfurt looks a whole lot like Miami. In fact, a lot of people say that Frankfurt is the Manhattan of Germany. They have as many high-rises as we do in Miami, and there's a few other generalizations as well.
Beer, pretzels, oh, and of course the outfits. Festive images of Oktoberfest are often the first thing that comes to mind when some people think of German culture. And when it comes to traditional cuisine,
this is a butter all mixture. That's why we're going to fry the schnitzel.
Fritz and Franz Beer House in Coral Gables definitely feels like Deutschland.
In Frankfurt, they serve it with the green sauce. Okay, here we have the beautiful beer schnitzel.
After 25 years of business, owner Harold Newvig has heard it all.
Most of the people, the Americans, think, first of all, every German is wearing lederhosen.
But not every German wears these leather shorts known as lederhosen, or drindles for women.
They basically don't differentiate from the North German to South German. On the South German image is much lighter.
This type of clothing originated in the state of Bavaria. But where my family comes from, the Black Forest area known as Schwarzwald, the folk clothing is more conservative and sometimes includes these headdresses with red pom-poms.
There are those who say that the German language sounds a little bit angry. So if I say, meine Mutter arbeitet als eine Krankenschwester und mein Lieblingsurlaub ist Weihnachten, I'm just saying that my mother is a nurse and my favorite holiday is Christmas. But Germans, they can be rather direct.
We might come across being harsh by being more like, okay, I don't want to tell you 3 times the same thing. Do it the way you're supposed to do it.
German Consul General Christopher Berger echoes the same answer.
Germans, I mean, we do have a habit of getting to the point fairly quickly. Other parts of the country, people, can take offense and feel like we're being rude. We're not rude, we're really nice people, but yeah, we tend to get to the point.
Also, if you go out to a restaurant, be prepared for a slightly warmer drink.
The team chef needs to call the hotel ahead of him and say, listen, we need a ton of ice.
Dolphin fans might need some extra ice for that soda. It's a trend that you'll find across Europe.
I have the same thing, and I go around to my family, and I'm ready to bring my ice with me, because nobody has ice.
And before you have to go, it's not a myth, it's a fact. Most public bathrooms require change to use it.
It's always a logistical issue. People get very serious about always carrying a little change in their pocket in order to be able to do that.
Because sometimes we end up, they need money to go to the bathroom.
One final thing you might notice if you travel overseas, it's called the German stare. If you speak with a German, they want your full attention.
I've noticed it was moving here, noticing, why don't these people make eye contact, And I thought it was very, impersonal and, are people afraid of me? Or, do I have something in my face that, they're embarrassed to look at? So for us, it's just a way of, letting the other person know that, you've noticed them and they're acknowledging them.
Another question I always get asked is about Oktoberfest. People ask me, hey, is it a national holiday? Does everyone in Germany have the day off so that they can celebrate? And it's a big no. In fact, my family members, they've told me they've never been to Oktoberfest. I've never been to Oktoberfest, but most other areas, every state, has some sort of a harvest celebration, which is very similar to what you see with Oktoberfest with the big beer gardens and all of that. But yeah, Oktoberfest is probably a little bit bigger in the United States than it is here in Germany. We're live in Frankfurt. Constance Jones, NBC6 News.
Constance, I'm wondering, you know, because here it's 6:40, it's breakfast time. A lot of people running out getting their croquetas or the pastelitos and the cafecito. What is a typical German running for breakfast at this time of morning? I know it's afternoon for you, but what's a typical German breakfast like?
Yeah, it's lunchtime here, and as you can see, it's pretty active. As I said, we're in the middle of the city, but a typical German breakfast is more like bread, cheese, and maybe some cold cuts. They don't do the big eggs. They don't do a big, heavy breakfast. They normally do a bigger lunch and then a smaller dinner. So we're going to jump into the food tomorrow. Okay. That's a good tease for tomorrow, Chris. You must have been seeing my stories. We're going to talk about the German cuisine and what's typical when you go out to eat here in Deutschland.
Ooh.
Also with that, we've got coverage, both me and... I'm sorry, Chris?
Me well, and you know I love food.
Of course. And so we're going to talk all food tomorrow, so make sure you guys tune in for that. But guess what? My colleague Sarah Cardona, she's also with me here in Frankfurt. She's working the night shift, so she's sleeping just a little bit right now. The time difference is a little crazy for us, but she's also going to have continuing coverage for us tonight. We're going to have all these live reports all week long with unique stories on how the Dolphins and the fans are enjoying their trip overseas. Also, on Sunday morning, stick with NBC6. The news starts at 7 a.m., followed by the pregame show with the latest on the teams, the fans from Germany, all watching the big game. And then, of course, our game coverage starts at 9 o'clock. And then stick around for the big post-game analysis. Again, we're live in Frankfurt. I'm Constance Jones, and we'll be right back after this quick break.
This